Hey, how's it going, everybody? Sarasota Tim. Welcome to Indiantown, Florida. Indiantown is the last little town I go through before getting to I-95 over in West Palm Beach, the East Coast. And it's been a pretty good drive. I still got an hour to get over there. I don't know if Google's expecting traffic or what prior to getting to 95, but I still have an hour, it says. Anyway, this is the town you don't want to speed in. Indiantown. It's a little small place in Martin County. This is not Palm Beach County. It's part of Hobe Sound, Stewart. That comes way inland here to Indiantown. Don't blink, you'll pass it. Going through a school zone here. Of course, Good Friday, the schools are closed. And then just up here, we got to stop now. Right up here, you get off the 70 and you get on the 710 that kind of goes over to the freeway. You can stay on 70. You can go a couple different ways, but this is the way I go. All right, so just over this bridge here is where the speed picks back up. 35 miles an hour through here. Some people aren't afraid. Well, let me tell you, they're up there at that bridge before you come out of the, before they'll let you pick up speed again. I'm already on the 710? Or is it over this bridge? I forget. It's been a while since I've been over here. Yeah, you gotta, people leave town there and started speeding up, and the man was up here in the trees waiting for you. All right, it's 45 now. Take out the cruise control and bump it up. And I'll get back to jamming some good tunes in the Bose music system. Okeechobee Waterway. Let's take a look at it, if you can see it. You probably can't. This thing is a go-kart. Look, you can't see. I can't see over the wall. All right. This will take us on in to the other side. Right here is where it's tempting to give it gas, and they'll sit in these trees up here too and wait for you, give you a little Easter present. They also are sitting here waiting on those coming into town that want to go over the bridge fast before slowing down, and they're like, we got you before you go over the bridge. Yeah, they'll sit right there on the left. And we're pretty much out of it now. There's the Florida Turnpike. It's way on up here, though, just before you get to 95. And now we'll gas it up to 65. We'll challenge that speed by 5 miles an hour. It says 55 here, but it's going to say 60 in a few more yards, so it lets you crawl up. Where is it? This is the first part of the 710 that was widened. Now this is the kind of highway eventually one day it will be all the way across the state up here. Because see, right now all you have is way south, Fort Lauderdale to Naples, way down there, the Alligator Alley, which is a toll. And then you have, you can go below Lake Okeechobee. See, Lake Okeechobee is a huge lake in Florida. You can see it on the maps. You can't miss it. It's a big, giant lake we have down here, right in the middle of the state. And you can't cross that, so they got to have little state road highways, like the 70 here. They go into Belglade, Clewiston, LaBelle, from Fort Myers. Then you come on further north, and you got to go all the way to Sarasota and get on the 70. And the 70 is another 2-lane state road that goes over through towns and takes forever. And then the next one, and this is the end of the story, is right there in the lower Tampa, Brandon area, State Road 60, that'll take you straight across and come out in Fort Pierce, Florida, which is about, I don't know, 80 miles north of West Palm Beach. And Fort Pierce is literally parallel to Sarasota. West Palm Beach is actually 80 miles south of Sarasota on the East Coast. That's why we have cooler temperatures at night, and in the winter cooler temperatures than Palm Beach County. Palm Beach County is a little more subtropical. Therefore, now they have the ocean breeze in the summer. They actually have about 8 degrees cooler daily, and it's hot as hell there too, than we do in Sarasota, because the Gulf, there's no wind, there's no ocean breeze. You got the onshore breeze over here. And believe me, there's a lot of pros to living on this side. The list is long. And the cons are very short, but they're strong cons, in my opinion. There's just too many darn people. Too many people. It's like from different regions of the country and everything else. So it's just gotten to be a little too much of everything. So, not to mention the cost of living is more. Real estate is more expensive. Rents are more expensive. And that kind of thing. Gas is more expensive. But why is that? That's because everybody wants to be there. Miami, baby. Palm Beach, baby. Trump. And then Jupiter, the north end, that's the very north end of Palm Beach County, before going into Martin County. And Jupiter is just, that's the most best kept secret, a gem, a real gem. And for whatever reason, even though it's grown quite a bit, it hasn't, they have a lot of protected area up there where they don't allow building. Jack Nicklaus, Tiger Woods, all the golfers live there in Jupiter, Hope Sound, that's all up there in that area, Jupiter Island. And the inlet, where I used to go fishing, there's no bridge across it, so any size motor yacht can go through there. Ships don't go through it, but not like the port of entry at Fort Lauderdale, Miami, and then the next one north is the Port Canaveral in the Cocoa Beach area, Melbourne. But yeah, the East Coast is loaded with some gems of cities and communities, and it's the East Coast. It's the real Florida. I mean, it really is. Sarasota, though, has really made a name for themselves. It wasn't that long ago. It was, I don't know, a small, very small. The only thing over there was Tampa. And even Fort Myers and Punta Gorda, they weren't, anything to mention. It wasn't in Naples. Naples was a sleepy town. And while they're all big names, they are all much, much bigger now. All of those I just mentioned. And of course, Tampa was one of the most moved to cities here during the last 5 years, like everywhere. But yeah, it's just great to live here in Florida. It's a great state. No state sales tax. Very conservative. There are Democrat staunch counties like Palm Beach, Dade, and Broward County. The three largest in the state are majority Democrat. But Trump won either all three or one of those counties in the election and flipped it from blue to red, which is something I forgot. Yeah, baby. So, but you have a lot of New Yorkers, see, that live over here. I mean, every person, not every other, everybody over here is from New York, New Jersey, Long Island, Philadelphia, or we're not Philadelphia. I never been up there. Pennsylvania. And then Sarasota, because I-75 runs up to the Midwest, you've got Ohio, Indiana, Michigan, and those places that funnel those states, those people down to those areas. However, the word got out and Lakewood Ranch exploded, and we have our share of New Yorkers now over in Sarasota. People in New York are like people in California. They made so much money on real estate, and they just got tired of the shutdowns, the crazy laws, the nuts, how nuts they are, and they came down here, and they're like, this is great. California, they didn't come here. They went to Texas, Austin, Dallas, San Antonio, and of course Vegas, Phoenix, and inundated those areas. A lot of Californians and other people that made money went to these boom towns like Knoxville and Nashville or whatever that took off like crazy. I used to watch a lot of real estate stuff on YouTube. That's why I know about some of this. Lastly, on the real estate is the Manatee County, where I live, suffered, I think, some of the lowest drops in real estate values in the last checking, the last recent time that they check on that. Here's Pratt Whitney. It's where they build aircraft, like Lockheed and Boeing and one of those kinds of places. Pratt Whitney has employed a lot of people for all the years since I lived here in school. And if you had a job there and worked and it's right there on the right, and you did your time and in the prison there, you walked away with a very nice pension and retirement, and you had a pretty good paying job while you were there. I think so. Pretty smart people work there. So we're getting a little closer. Let me zoom out of my GPS, and I can tell. I mean, once you hit Pratt Whitney, you don't have too much further to get over to the freeway, I-95. Speaking of which, since I've got all this jibber jabber going on, I watched them build when I was in high school I-95. Well, that was some Charger right there. That was their supersonic model. Wow. I got a Sky One or whatever the username is, Sky something. He's into cars. He picked up on that Cadillac the other day. I mentioned that it might be a Seville or something. I think you might be right. Whatever it was, forget that CT5. That isn't any bigger than this Accord. That car was amazing. And I got no use for those Chargers or Challengers. I think that one was a Charger that I just passed. You can let me know. But it was beautiful. That thing was supersonic, flared fender wells. It was a light dove gray color. It had to be the big boss engine in it. All right, back to the I-95. I watched them build that. You know, when I went to Lake Worth High School, there were streets that just ran right to Dixie Highway. It crossed right over, like street after street after street. They were all dead-ended, all closed when they built I-95. Everything changed. And you had no way to go north and south except Dixie Highway, US 1. But of course, we didn't have the population that, you know, they've got there now. And 441, which is like the inland road, 441, it didn't even go that far, and it dead end, I think, down in Pompano or something like that. But that was like, you know, out in the middle of nowhere. 441 is now what's known to be, what is it? I forget now. A real rich area. Real rich. It's where the polo grounds are. Oh, come on, Tim. What's the name of it? That's where my good friend lives. Oh, come on. Let me go through the alphabet. Abacada. That's what I do. I go A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L. What is it? M. Is it M? N, O, P, Q, R. Well, anyway, moving on. I'll think of it. Wellington. Man, I had a lot of letters to go. No wonder I couldn't think of it. Yeah, Wellington is, you know, up and down 441 is one subdivision after the next. There's a whole nother community out there. They don't even go to the east, to the ocean. They're like, you know, Lakewood Ranch over in Sarasota. Their whole lives, it's a kind of a drive to go to Lido Beach or Siesta Key. Wellington's even further over here to go to the beach. So yeah, it's like people that live in Orlando or whatever, and they want to go to Daytona. That's not that far, but you know, once you get to a certain point where, you know, it's going to take you a half hour or so, or, you know, you're just like, I ain't going. And your whole world is out there. And that's what it is. Another whole world, Wellington. So yeah, come on down to Florida. Join the rest of us. Everyone and their brother has moved here. Over the last 20 years, there hasn't been a record that hasn't been broken the year before. Just crushing it down here. Absolutely. Same way in Vegas. I talked to Johnny Vegas. He can't go anywhere certain time of day, certain part of the town over there. I was there. I saw it. It's slammed. Phoenix, same thing. Somebody was in Phoenix recently and told me what a nightmare that was. So Dallas, I've traveled through there a few times, swore I'd never do it again. Ay, ay, ay. There's a town that just doesn't end. It's like a state. It just keeps going. All right, enough about all that trivia. I can see the ocean on my GPS map. We are almost there, baby. Yeah, you know, it's a thin state going across, but it's super long going north and south. And unless you get to the Panhandle, east and west is just as long from Pensacola to Jacksonville as it is from Jacksonville to Miami. You didn't know that, did you? Well, now you do. All right, folks, we're going to put this one up for you. Man, I meant to tell you, when I was in Okeechobee, out in the middle of the state, I was looking at my video that I was uploading, and while these videos haven't been too long, driving over here, I could see the video, the blue, just zooming across as it was uploading. I mean, like NASA quality, supersonic, 10G. I never seen something upload so fast. Man, one day when that happens, I'll sure like it. Instead of waiting an hour or two. Most of the time they go up within about 10 or 15 minutes. So hope you enjoy the video. Give it a thumbs up. Thank you for everybody supporting the channel. Just received some more support from someone that bought me a coffee. I'm going to stop and get one, and we'll buy somebody else one too. Crush it, everybody.